Hi, I'm Kelly from the Element 14 community. Every Friday you get served up a fresh episode of The Ben Heck Show. You'll see Ben and Felix and sometimes Max and usually always Karen. But what you don't see are all the behind-the-scenes people, like me, and the producers, the editors, the graphic designers, the web support people that all come together and help make The Ben Heck Show happen. The Ben Heck Show first aired in 2010, which means that going into 2018, we're going on the 9th year of doing this together. To mark the occasion, we traveled up to the Ben Heck studios to sit down with Ben Heck and travel down memory lane and talk about his plans for the future. Welcome to your studio, Ben.
Thanks. I was already here when you arrived.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's true.
Well, you're welcome.
Oh, well, thank you. It's good to be welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You didn't give me a hug when I got here, though.
You know I don't like hugs.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
So what were you doing with yourself before the Ben Heck Show?
Well, I quit my normal job in 2004, which seems like a long time ago.
What was the normal job?
I was a graphic artist.
Oh, okay.
That's like pretty well known. I usually comes up in conversation. So yeah, I wrote a book in 2004, and that's when I quit my other job because I was tired of it. And then I never really got around to working, for the corporate man again, so to speak.
How did the show start? Who came to you? What happened?
It was the ad agency who was working with Element 14 at the time, which was Silver Fox out in San Francisco. Yeah, I just got this random email. They're like, hey, we have a client that wants to do some sort of video show. Would you be interested in talking to us about it? So I was like, yeah, sure. Because at that time, I always thought it'd be kind of a cool idea. I'd done podcasts before. And then YouTube was kind of, growing and growing at that time. I mean, it had been around for a while in 2010, but I think it's kind of like this decade where it really kind of took off. Mm-hmm. So I went out there and had a couple meetings with them. This was like spring of 2010. And then I think in the summer we started filming the pilot episodes.
Were you the sole talent and videographer? Yep. And so you just had a couple of tripods and set the cameras up?
Yeah, it was 2 cameras, 2 tripods, and then I also did the rough assembly edits.
Wow.
For like the first 12 episodes, I think.
Right, because we were every other week at that point.
Yeah, and we were doing, we were still trying to figure out what the show was about. So we filmed some stuff and they didn't like it and we changed it, but it mostly worked.
How did Allison come on the show?
Right, so once we decided we were going to do a full season, not just the pilot 6 episodes, we had another meeting and I was like, hey, I think we could really improve the show if we had someone to help film. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think, I think they got it from like the UW job message boards.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and then she started, I think we interviewed 6 people, and then she started in, I want to say February of 2011.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I had everyone film stuff that was interviewing, and then I judged them by how their footage looked.
Where were you filming then? It looked like your basement.
No, we had actually the first 8 episodes I filmed in a spare bedroom, and then we got a shop south of here. And we had that shop for 4 years, from 2010 to 2014, and then in 2014 we moved to our current location, which is right here.
When did you and Allison decide to start doing skits?
Pretty early on, because we're like, I had someone like to kind of play off of, so we figured that we could like film each other and have some more fun stuff going on. And Allison's really goofy person, so she was all for it.
What was your favorite skit of all time so far?
Oh, probably the first Pie Face skit.
Yeah?
Either that or the Christmas special where I pretend to be George Lucas. and then Felix was like, you're not going to like it. That was funny.
Because he was Clarence the Angel?
Yeah, but he did a really good job of impersonating it. Because when Felix first started, he didn't say anything. He was really quiet.
Yeah.
But now he's goofier.
And the interwebs didn't like him. I couldn't figure out why.
Interwebs always hates someone new.
Okay, so by the time this interview is aired, we'll have launched over 320 episodes and counting. Each one of those episodes represents a unique build or so, or at least it did before last year. Where did all the ideas for the builds come from?
When we first started doing the show, a lot of the ideas for the builds, the premise was build cool things, get people excited about electronics, and drive them to the community.
Right.
So when we first started doing it, I had ideas of things that I wanted to build, but I couldn't really justify it. So the show gave me a reason to build them. Like the Portal T-shirt was completely ridiculous, but as far as a show project, it's cool.
Right.
So the very first episode was accessibility controller for someone who wanted to play Madden, I believe. And I already been doing those accessibility controllers for a number of years before the show. But I figured that would be a good premiere episode because it's like, we want these ideas to be somewhat altruistic or help people.
Right.
Because one thing I thought about when we started was Like Mythbusters, I watched that all the time back in the day. But it was always like they're just blowing stuff up or destroying stuff. I'm like, well, we build things that are useful.
Right.
So that was kind of the idea. And I think still, to this day, for a YouTube channel, it's more constructive, literally constructive, than most channels, because we're actually building things. We're not just...
Because you had to deliver something every Friday.
Yes, we have. Well, remember the first 2 years it was
Year and a half.
bi-weekly.
Oh, yeah, and going into the third full season, we had to go weekly because of popular demand.
Yeah, so it used to be Allison and I would only film on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then there was actually a time we were sharing a computer, believe it or not. Yeah, but then when it went weekly, I think we both started doing the show full time. So like in 2012, I think I was doing the show half the time and then designing a pinball machine the other half of the time. But then basically the show kind of took over.
So most of the ideas came fully formed from your head, or I know we've had suggestions for things from the community that you've built in the past.
I would say at least the first year, most of the builds were either things that I'd thought of, or things like a customer or a random person had emailed me about, and I'm like, hey, we could build this on the show. I mean, it made it a lot easier to justify those things because most of the things, well, pretty much everything built. Well, most of the things built in the show comes from the show's budget. I mean, there's people who think I keep everything I've ever built.
The most requested build, though, from the fan base has to be a mashup portable NES.
Yeah, I don't know why people are so obsessed with combo systems. And we did an episode where we combined 3 systems, and it was almost kind of trollish. It's like, well, here you go. And people, I don't know why they love that so much. What is so interesting about that? It's just a bunch of things in a box. I know I'm not trying to sound disparaging of viewers, but I really can't wrap my head around why that's so interesting to people.
All right, let's go back to episodes. One of my favorites from years ago now was the guitar you built for the one-handed guitar player.
Yeah, it was...
His wife sent in a request, and my husband lost his arm in a train accident, and then you built it. We sent it down. It was like $1,800 to ship it or something. I remember you being horrified about that.
It was at least $1,200, yeah. Because it was South Africa.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when he posted the video of actually using it, I welled up a little bit.
Aww.
I know, and that's what it's all about. What was your favorite warm, make you feel good build of the Ben Heck Show?
I mean, the guitar one was pretty good because it was kind of sad because it was, that's usually what happens. Like, person enjoys something, person has an injury or something happens to them. They're no longer able to do what they enjoy. And so when you can use technology and creativity to bring that back, that makes them happy. I mean,
well, that was the whole purpose of the single-handed controllers that you were building way back in the day.
But yeah, I mean, that's a really important part of rehabilitation. Like, we learned that when we toured Walter Reed in 2009. One of the guys there, he's like, especially like recent wars, a lot of people in the military are young people like video games. They get injured, they come back, and they're like, oh crap, my life sucks because I've lost something. I need to do something I did before. And for many young people now, that's video games. So that's why it's really cool if you can help them get back into that. A lot of people kind of take for granted the facilities a human has, like having 2 hands and being able to see and
mobility
like lungs that are automatic. So I mean, obviously I'm not a doctor or anything, but I guess with the controllers, like in some small way, we can enable people. Like I see that stuff like the 3D printed, like open source hands and stuff.
Right.
I think that stuff's really kind of cool. I wouldn't mind doing more of that in the future because prosthetics are so stupidly expensive. It's like, why can't we use the technology that we have to bring the price down? Because technology in a consumer space should always be about bringing the price down. Like computers existed for 40 years before they even sold one to the public or like personal computer. And it's all about making it cheap and small and still useful.
Especially
now your Apple Watch is as powerful as a Cray.
All right, not just a warm feel-good build, but what was your favorite build so far of all 320 episodes?
I still think the robot luggage episode that we did in like season 2 or 3. Because I get apparently someone has kickstarted that, and a lot of people have done that. So to me, it's like that was a good idea.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
So if you see someone do it, proves that it was a good idea.
All right, so we went from all of these disparate builds and projects and things. And last year, you and Felix no, we're only going to do 3 builds. Tell me a little bit about how that came about and why you guys wanted to do that.
So the idea for doing 3 builds over the course of a year, basically we'd done so many seasons of having, 2 to 3 week deadlines for builds and weekly deadlines for episodes. We wanted a little bit more breathing room. So we're like, what if we just pick 3 things that we really like from the past episodes and try to bring them logically to their conclusion? Because a lot of times we build, in a previous episode, we'd build like a barely working prototype. Oh, it proves the theory and then it's done. And we had an issue with that early on because they really liked giving away the things that we built, but some of them weren't really appropriate to give away. That was kind of stressful because it's like, okay, well, we have to get it good enough to be given away, but we have to build it and film it in 2 weeks. Or then, we have to continue working on it to make it at least
Safe enough to give away.
safe enough, complete enough. Otherwise, we're just giving them a box of parts. Right. So, Felix and I were like, hey, what if we just try to bring something, try to do it right, basically.
What one skill would you say you've gotten better at or the best at over the course of the Ben Heck Show?
Oh, I've gotten better at everything. I mean, the Ben Heck Show has been a learning experience for me just as much as it has been for the audience. I can't even narrow it down. I mean, maybe soldering. I mean, I was pretty good at soldering before the show, so I would say that probably hasn't really improved much. Yeah, but I would say in general, I've learned a lot, so it's been a great opportunity for me to learn more things, because before I was doing the show, a lot of the stuff I was doing was very pigeonholed. I was doing, video game controllers, basically all video games, video game things, but in the show, I've had a better opportunity to kind of broaden my mind.
What's in the future for the Ben Heck Show?
Well, over the next 6 months, we want to take one of the things we designed in 2017 and try to actually turn it into a manufactured product. And I think the leading candidate right now is the Hex board game, using the BBC Micro as a brain. We may also explore the mini pinball machine. That one's turning out pretty well. The glue gun, I'm not so confident on. But I'd also like to do some other cool things, like kind of like some fan favorite ideas over the next 6 months. Maybe build a couple more portables, do some teardowns of like vintage computers or electronics or video game systems, and then probably do like a final skit bringing back Pie Face.
A final skit?
Yes. So right now the plan is after June of 2018, I will be done with the Ben Heck Show. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, but it's also been a lot of work and a lot of deadlines, and I think I need to change it up a bit.
So what are you going to do next?
Well, one thing that we're doing is we've developed a film, and we should be filming that this spring down south. So that should be cool. I'm not directing it. I'm just the story guy, but hopefully that works out all right. And then we actually have some other things planned after that if that takes off. So, possibly like some film production, which is something I've always been interested in. I probably would also maybe do some other smaller things like, maybe build some more portable video game systems, do some more vintage gaming stuff. Like there was a whole wave of nostalgia for like the Nintendo and Super Nintendo that I didn't really build any cool consoles for because I was doing the show. So maybe get back into that kind of nostalgic wave that I was doing before the show. I think it might be cool to build a house out of recycled materials.
Harrison Ford did that.
Exactly! Just like Harrison Ford.
Well, any parting shots over the bow? Anything you'd like to let the viewers know before we get back to shooting regular episodes for the next 6 months?
Well, I'd like to thank the viewers for watching the show for all these years and giving us all sorts of great ideas for what to film. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, Element 14, but also a lot of the places we've gone. Like we've done a lot of things with a lot of your vendors like TI, Tektronix, Freescale, well, just tons of them. It's like too many to name. Yeah, it's been a pretty good 8 years. I just think I'd like a little bit more openness with deadlines.
Well, thanks, Ben. I'm Kelly with the Element 14 community. Log on to element14.com/TBHS and tell us your favorite stories about the Ben Heck Show, or about Ben, or about anything else. We'll see you online.